real?" she asked as she tried to perfect her sketch. She frowned. The shade of blue was too bright, practically cobalt. She needed to mix in a little gray to make it accurate. "Do you think it's blue this time?" "We've gotten good tips listening to police scanners and citizen radio so far," Claire said. "Remember how I told you the citizens band radio was invented in 1945 so average people could communicate?" "I know what CBs are," Maisie said hurriedly. Living off-grid meant no official schoolwork or tutors like she had at her grandfather's estate. That was pretty cool. But it also meant Claire had thrown herself headfirst into making everything she could into a lesson. Owen's idea of teaching was more fun and usually involved showing Maisie how to track in the woods or sharing cool facts about dinosaur behavior. He even showed her how to throw a knife, but Claire had gotten kind of mad when she found them. She told Maisie that pocket knives were for cutting things and rescue attempts only, not for throwing. Maisie tried to listen to Claire. A lot of the time, she actually managed it. She used her pocket knife for cutting things. She hadn't come across anything needing rescue yet, and she remembered the thing about the CB radio. Before the world changed, before Maisie kind of changed the world with the press of a button, the radio network was used by truckers to communicate about road traffic. But citizen radio had evolved into a jackpot when it came to dinosaur sightings, if you could reach them before the poachers did. They'd been following raptor sightings for the past month, hopping from southern Oregon, where a herd of Triceratops had settled in the Rogue Valley, to the orchards of central California, where there was a real problem with the herbivores eating all the almonds. So far, they'd found lots of dinosaur problems to solve, but no blue. "Did they have nuts in the Cretaceous period?" Maisie asked, because she knew Claire would have an answer. "Yes, but they probably didn't look like what we think of as nuts," Claire said as they passed a green sign that said Gibson Peak, 50 miles. "Like everything on the planet, plants have evolved too. What we think of as a tomato is different from the ones the Aztecs were cultivating in the year 700. "Did dinosaurs eat nuts before, like they're doing now?" "I'm sure some of them did," Claire answered. "What did they eat at the park when you were running it?" "Each species had its own special diet. But you have to remember, back when the dinosaurs were the apex species, they were living in a totally different environment. One they ruled." "The Brachiosauruses were completely ruling that almond orchard," Maisie pointed out. "It was just 3 of them." "We were able to redirect them," Claire insisted. "I didn't think the sound waves were going to be much of a distraction," Maisie admitted. When Claire had suggested it, it seemed a little kooky. But a series of carefully placed sound machines mimicking the sound of young dinosaurs had helped draw the Brachiosauruses from the orchard. "And now they're on their way to the Cascade Sanctuary," Owen said. "They'll be safe." "But they were herbivores," Maisie said, worry churning her stomach as she stared down at her sketch of blue. "There's no sanctuary for the carnivores. And who knows if the government will let just anyone run dinosaur sanctuaries forever." Claire and Owen exchanged a look. Maisie knew that look. It was a don't talk about grown-up things sort of look. But it was true. Several sanctuaries had been formed by regular people while the government held a lot of boring meetings to talk about what to do with the dinosaurs, instead of actually doing something to help them. Maisie had no idea what was taking Congress so long. People like Owen's friends were able to care for more than 20 herbivores on their ranch. It seemed to her that the politicians should be able to create something similar. Instead, they just kept discussing doing stuff while the